Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to your Fast Track to 7 a.m. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ashlyn Hill.
And I'm Alex Larson. A man is behind bars and a 5-year-old was airlifted for treatment after a crash last night near the Grand Forks Airport.
Highway Patrol says an SUV was sitting at a red light at the intersection facing westbound when it was rear-ended by a pickup. The driver of the SUV, a 26-year-old woman, was taken to the hospital. The passenger, a 5-year-old in that car seat, airlifted to Fargo, both people with serious injuries.
The driver of the pickup, 43-year-old Travis Bell on your screen, was arrested for criminal vehicular injury. Fargo police say speeding, dangerous driving, and loud mufflers leading to noise complaints continue to be an issue across the city. Chief Dave Zibolski says the situation has caused safety concerns as well.
He's asking now for city support in passing 2 pieces of legislation to address the ongoing issue. First, an increase in fines for speeding, dangerous driving, and exhibition driving.
The police department also supports legislation that would help hold drivers who do not stop when being pulled over by law enforcement.
We need your help to encourage legislators to take these bills up. The owner liability bill is already currently law in Wisconsin and likely other states. It is a completely valid law with a non-criminal forfeiture. It would help us a great deal. The doubling of the fines would also help us a great deal as we stop these vehicles or locate the drivers in terms of deterrence.
Chief Zibolski will be providing more info on this at the City Commission meeting next Monday, June 10th. We're now 1 week away from the North Dakota primary, and early voting starts up today.
Those in the Fargo area can vote from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. today through Saturday at places like the Fargo Dome, Northview Church, RRVF Ag Building, Holiday Inn on 13th, Cass County Courthouse, and the Days Inn in Castleton.
People in Grand Forks can vote at the Alair Center today through Friday from 10 to 6 and then Saturday from 10 to 2.
Traffic alert for drivers in Fargo today. Starting at 8 a.m., 33rd Avenue South will be closed to traffic between 42nd Street South and Washington Street South. The
closure is going to allow for storm sewer utility repairs to be completed. That road is expected to fully reopen by the end of the day, Tuesday, June 11th. Turning our attention to the weather now, let's get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. We're in the midst of another active day. We've had rain and thunder already this morning, and looking toward the afternoon, there is the potential for a couple of storms that could turn severe here in the valley and beyond. So here's a look at our severe thunderstorm risk for today. You can see the risk is more focused into Minnesota, especially in central and eastern parts of Minnesota, including Duluth and Minneapolis. And that's the slight risk there, level 2, but a marginal risk is in effect for places like the Wadena, Park Rapids areas, back up through Red Lake and Lake of the Woods and into parts of Becker and Otter Tail County as well. And this is a level 1 risk, meaning that more isolated chances for severe storms, but still the possibility. We could have some hail, we could have some damaging wind gusts. And then those lighter color areas of green, that's non-severe storms. And we've already been seeing those this morning. Here's a look at our latest alerts we've got going on too. We're adding more water to the mix after we've already been dealing with some river flooding. We've got some new warnings again, the Buffalo River yet again under a river flood warning, and the gauge at Wahpeton on the Red River included. And Fargo has been in an ongoing warning, and we're back into minor flood stage after the weekend rains, and then that continues today. Currently at 20.33 feet, we're forecast to rise to 22 feet by the end of the week. So monitoring those rivers, we're pretty waterlogged, and we're just adding more to the system here with this rain moving through today. So you can see a main area of rain, and then there are some pockets in the surrounding areas too. Out to the west, there's some breaks in the clouds that may help to kind of create more instability so you get more sunshine today in those areas. And then in Fargo, back up through Grand Forks, you can see some showers, a little thunder shower by Reynolds and Thompson, and then those stronger storms moving into the Lake of the Woods area. Quick look at our conditions here. We're in the 60s to around 70 degrees. Fargo's at 68. Some sunshine in Fergus Falls. A little warmer there at 70. And checking out our forecast for today, temperatures are going to be variable depending on where we see those thunderstorms move through. We'll get into the 60s to some 70s today.
All right, a lot going on outside. Thank you, Lisa, for the update. And with all the heavy showers we've been seeing across our region recently, it may leave you wondering where our furry friends without a home all go.
One local animal shelter is looking to the future of keeping more animals safe while they wait for their new homes. The Valley Today's Tatum Miller is live in studio with more. Good morning, Tatum.
Good morning, ladies. Yes, the Otter Tail County Humane Society has had a home in Fergus Falls for over 44 years, serving 62 townships in Minnesota's 7th largest county. County. After being in the same facility for 30 years, this shelter now tells us how they're looking to expand their paw print. When you walk through the doors of the Otter Tail County Humane Society, you'll find plenty of wagging tails, purring furballs, and friendly faces. But what the shelter does not have enough of is space.
We've just outgrown this space a long time ago.
And as the only adoption shelter in Otter Tail County, intake numbers are getting hard to handle. Executive Director Chris Cannon says on average they have 55 animals a day.
Last year we had over 700 animals. It was 724 come in to our doors just in 2023. The year before that it was 768.
And with only 21 dog kennels and 45 cat crates, they've had to find some creative solutions.
But we had guinea pigs sitting in our front lobby here because we don't have another space to put them.
Jacqueline Keenan is the shelter manager in vet tech and says an expansion of the shelter would also provide medical benefits.
If we do get any animals that have the upper respiratory with snotty noses and sickly eyes and stuff, I don't have a separate room to put them in, and if they're contagious, then we're only chancing getting it to our healthy cats.
Now, Keenan says she has to perform medical treatments on the table they use for folding laundry. But that's exactly why the board proposed a 3,800 square foot expansion. The extra space would not only allow for better disease control, but increase community engagement.
And I think it will encourage a lot more people to visit, to adopt, to volunteer, to foster. I think it will cover all of those bases.
Lori Kettner has been fostering animals from this shelter for almost 10 years and says it's important to have a healthy, comforting environment for the transition to adoption.
The shelter time is a stepping stone for them.
But right now, scared new kittens share a thin wall with loud barking dogs. The outlined expansion would include private meet and greet areas, separate infirmary spaces, intake rooms, indoor exercise areas, a pocket pet room, and more. And while lack of fundraising has delayed groundbreaking by a year, volunteers and staff are confident the wait will be worth it.
This is a legacy project. Everyone who's invested, they see this as their chance to see something that's going to serve generations ahead.
And it was actually Lori's birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, Lori! Right now, the shelter has about $1.6 million in fundraising efforts out of their goal of $2 million. They expect to break ground on the expansion by this time next year. And if you want to know how to donate towards the expansion, just click this story on the Valley News Live website. Alex, Ashlyn.
Tatum for that update. Whether right off the block or in your favorite dish, it's time to celebrate cheese since today is National Cheese Day.
Die-hard cheese fans already had the chance to celebrate back in March. The 2024 World Championship Cheese Contest held in Wisconsin, excuse me. How could I get that confused? Crowns its champion. A Hornbacher cheese from Switzerland took the title.
But there are so many varieties of cheese that fans enjoy year-round. As we know, whether domestic or imported, it's a snack that's great as a standalone or in a big recipe.
So use it as an excuse to whip up some grilled cheese sandwiches, pizza, or good old mac and cheese.
Oh my gosh, that all sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. It's almost 7 a.m. in the morning. Well, the card game Uno has been around for more than 50 years, but it's more popular than ever with no end in sight.
Uno, the toy company Mattel, reporting that about one Uno deck was sold in the U.S. every second last year. They literally mean 60 decks a minute, which is up 17 sets each minute from just 3 years ago.
Also, the retail tracking service that reported this says Uno currently holds the top spot in the traditional game category. There are 600 editions of Uno.
Wow. Well, with all this rain, it's perfect time to play.
Time to whip out the Uno pack.
Yeah. Well, the Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start. In the meantime, thank you all so much for waking up and joining us here on the Valley today. I'm Ashlyn Hill.
I'm Alex Larson. Stay dry out there.